ADR is considered to be the key measurement for the quality of colonoscopy. How important do you consider the ADR in terms of decreasing the overall CRC mortality rate?
So the importance of ADR should be very much emphasized because ADR is the only quality measure which has strong evidence or clinical evidence. So we can rely on the increase in ADR as a kind of the surrogate for cancer prevention. For example, 1% increment of ADR is associated with the 3% reduction of colorectal cancer in the long run, which is a big value for patients.
What other measurements do you think could become relevant in the future?
For example, the number or average number of adenomas detected during colonoscopy may be the alternative to ADR. And the other measures such as the adenoma miss rate or probably the other measures upcoming in the future should be considered as a surrogate to the ADR. However, if you look at the papers which have been already published right now, ADR would be the only measure which we can trust right now.
What do you expect from AI in colonoscopy in terms of increasing the ADR?
Apparently, we expect the increase of ADR with the aid of AI, especially AI for polyp detection. And this is a kind of generalizable because we have got already 11 or more randomized controlled trials, and most of which show the kind of positive results supporting the use of AI in terms of the ADR increment.
How are your impressions of the detection of Olympus AI system?
So I have a really good impression on ENDO-AID, which is the Olympus AI system for polyp detection, because of two reasons. One is high sensitivity for polyp detection, and the other one is super low false positive rate. So it's less disturbing, but it's more helping us in detection of the significant lesions during colonoscopy. So I like it very much.
What is your opinion about the combination of AI and endocuff vision that maximizes the view of the colon in terms of increasing the ADR rate?
Yes, it is very important to consider the combined use of the mechanical mucosal exposure device and AI for polyp detection, because this combination may optimize the detection of adenomas by adopting two different measures. One is the expansion of the mucosal exposure. The other one is the improvement of the recognition of what you are looking at on the monitor. So I really have a very positive outlook and impression on the use of these two devices at the same time, based on my experience. And I'm looking forward to the data upcoming based on randomized controlled trials in the future.
Guidelines are constantly changing according to research outcomes. The guidelines have changed from hot biopsies to cold snare polypectomy, at least in the lesions up to 10 millimeters. How do you expect the trend for cold snare polypectomy to develop? What are the advantages in your opinion?
So when you're looking at the small lesions, such as the polyps between 1 and 9 millimeters, definitely cold snaring is the first option because it's safe, it's quick, and it's very efficient. Probably, however, there is some possibility to expand the indication. For example, the polyps larger than 10 millimeters. But we have to take care of the indication very thoroughly because the safety of the polypectomy should be prioritized. For example, if you treat the cancer with use of the cold polypectomy, the risk of recurrence should be considered. So it is very important to take care of the morphology or the optical diagnosis of the lesion before you expand the indication of cold polypectomy from small polyps to the others.
What is your opinion about the combination of hot and cold snares?
I like the kind of specific type of snare which has a possibility to do both cold polypectomy and hot polypectomy according to the situation, because the situation varies according to the size of the polyp or morphology of the polyp. For example, even if you try to remove the small polyp with use of cold polypectomy, it is sometimes difficult to cut it without use of the electricity. In that case, you can quickly switch from cold polypectomy to hot polypectomy with use of this kind of hybrid snare. So SnareMaster Plus is very good because this has two possibilities. One is cold polypectomy, the other one is hot polypectomy. Sometimes we can use the cold polypectomy for some specific polyps. In that case, you can quickly change the mode from cold to hot. so that you can manage any kinds of polyps, let's say, as long as the size is less than 9 millimeter, according to the guideline. So it's good.
What are the most important characteristics in injection needles that you are looking for that needles have to bring along in your opinion?
I think the most important factor which we expect from the best needle is the high flow injection and the high lifting. So in this regard, I think the high flow injection needle should be prepared, especially for complicated polyps, regardless of whether it's meant to be done with the ESD or EMR. I think the high flow injection is the keyword.
The new endoscopic system, Olympus X1, came with a range of new endoscopes and technologies. How does our endoscopic technology support you in the improved detection of polyps, saving time in the characterization of polyps, as well as to increase your confidence in diagnosis?
Okay, so the latest model from Olympus Corporation is X1. X1 processor provides a lot of the possibilities. For example, the high-resolution imaging supported by the special imaging techniques such as TXI and very bright MBI. With the use of this kind of solution, we can visualize the polyp in a better way than before, which definitely lead to more detection of polyps and more detection of adenomas, and also the more accurate optical diagnosis of the polyps. And of course, with the aid of the ENDO-AID, this capability will be emphasized. So I'm very positive about the use of the ENDO-AID and X1 processors in a combined way.
How does RDI and TXI influence your efficiency in ESD?
There's some tip, because there are two stories or two scenarios. If you have an X1 plus ENDO-AID, I don't think you have to take care of the use of TXI, because the always OIP1 or ENDO-AID is on your side. But if you don't have a chance to use OIP1, the use of TXI is really useful for you to increase your detection and the characterization capability in your clinical practice. So it depends on your situation, depending on the availability of OIP1.
The new endoscopic system, Olympus X1, came with a range of new endoscopes. What endoscope do you prefer the most, and how does it benefit you in terms of visualization in ESD?
Okay, definitely I love 1500 series colonoscope because of several reasons, but I think the most important factor that 1500 has is the dual focus with a high magnification power, so that we can characterize a polyp in a better way than previous situation. So definitely I recommend the use of 1500 series for better detection, better characterization, and better patient care.
What do you like about Olympus products?
Quality. I like the quality of Olympus product, which is very sophisticated, very much tested before it's getting out on the market. So we can trust, we can believe in the quality and also the efficiency of the Olympus product. This is a kind of very unique point that you have in Olympus Corporation, which I like.